ArtSpark Texas and Pen to Paper Creative Writing Contest present The Lion and Pirate, an inclusive virtual open mic for writers, performers, and musicians.
Completely different. One of these days, I'm gonna settle down. Y'all believe that? But I ain't doing that as long as I'm around, 'cause I'm a bad influence. Bad influence on me. She's bad. Bad, she's bad, that's your part. Bad influence is all I ever will be. If you wanna unmute and sing with me, you can. Doing my homework just the other day, a girlfriend called up, said she wanted to play. Told myself that at home I better stay, but myself just laughed and we went out anyway, 'cause I'm a bad influence. Bad influence on me, she's bad. Bad, she's bad. And a bad influence is all I ever will be. Had to go to this boring party with Senator what's his name and some Lottie Dottie. Right in the middle, got you in my head. And me, myself, and you spent the rest of the night in bed, 'cause I'm a bad influence. Bad influence on me, she's bad.
She's bad.
She's bad. And a bad influence is all I ever will be. One of these days I'm gonna settle down, but I ain't doing that as long as I'm around, 'cause I'm a bad influence. Bad influence on me, she's bad.
She's bad.
And a bad influence is all I ever, all I ever, all I ever will be.
Yay!
Thank you.
Well, I have a little bit of a surprise for you to start with, because my first poem is actually about another fellow Austin artist.
Oh, cool.
So it's a thank you letter, and I'm putting her website in the chat so that you can all send her some love after we're done. So this one is called Varsity, a thank you letter to Austin's own Jackie Vinson. When we were younger, we weren't into sports. You were already jamming, and I hung out in the drama hall. And we were smart in a school full of smart kids. I was bribing people with pizza to come to disability protests, and you didn't have to bribe people to do anything. Your friends know you are just that great already. You weren't even in my class, and I thought you were amazing. Mostly because you are so genuine. You were doing you before live streaming was cool. When it came to art, I was on the JV squad back then, and you were already varsity. Although you probably said the same thing when it came to politics about 17-year-old me. But trust me, I'm learning the ropes from you. Your music teaches me how to choose joy again, how to tell people, don't lie to me, how to practice witchcraft, and how to surrender, and how to tell when it's right. I'm permanently on your JV squad, now and forever. And as we live this life and work towards justice in the good fight, we're both gonna be helping each other be varsity, even if we have to do it one song and dance at a time. And my chair becomes a vintage machine. I just hope you'll let me stick around for the ride and occasionally still laugh with me, even if I make you do bad karaoke. Come home as often as you want. Austin wants your reggae and your blues on any screen and any green. No matter what, old friend, know you matter. Stay varsity. The next one is called Dear Ableism, A series of breakup letters. Continued. Ableism. I don't understand what you're still doing here. You're that lazy ex that won't give back the keys 30 years after your going away party. You're still sneaking in. It's like I found you lying on the couch in your underwear, watching a Trump reality show and ordering Grubhub with my SSDI check. Look at this mess. Employment requirements during lockdown. No access to PPE if people hire their own attendants. Using EVV requirements to take supervision rights away from employers with disabilities. Crisis standards of care. And that stunt you pulled at St. David's. That poor family. What you and your cousin racism thought was a nasty little game. Don't act like you don't know. That's right. Say his name. Michael Hickson. Boy, please. I can't even with you this time. Stop sniveling. I don't want to hear it. You're trying to get under my skin and I'm not here for it. For the last time. Get out of the White House. Get out of the CDC. Get out of my town. Get out of my house. Get out of my head. And get out of my ADA celebration. And keep your dirty fingerprints off of my art on your way out the door. I'm changing the Netflix password because I know you aren't using it to watch Crit Camp. Oh, did you think I was kidding? Poor baby, the golden child of the patriarchy. Let me spell it out for you again. I said out. Okay, we have one more, and then y'all are gonna have to wait for next time. This one is called Orange Drink Thinks. Pre- and post-surgical thoughts in the style of Dr. Seuss. I've been drinking a lot of orange drink, and it's given me a lot of time to think about how my life has been reduced to scheduling things around mysterious rubbery tang. It's a speed test. It solidifies if I stop and blink. Every time another surgical complication arises, I wonder how much lower my dignity can sink. Even before the pandemic, it was causing my life to shrink. And my mind wanders back to a crossroads when I could feel I was on the brink. 2 years ago, in a restaurant, hearing glasses clink. No one noticed we were celebrating, sort of. But this is Austin in the summer, so no one would have been wearing anything with mink. I was trying to explain to everyone that I didn't have enough information, that no one was answering my questions, that this shouldn't be done, couldn't be done, because we weren't prepared. At one point, I was talking so much I must have been turning pink. But no one understood the justified urgency and fear in me as I talked nervously around my soda straw. Hindsight is 2020 in 2020. Italian soda or Metamucil, it's just another anxious thing while I'm sitting here sucking down yet another orange drink.
Yay! Yay!
That was awesome.
Hey. I'm really happy to introduce our first reader all the way from Cornwall in the United Kingdom, Casey Botono. Did I say that right, Casey? Good.
Thank you very much. My involvement with CTD began in 2014 when I discovered the Pen to Paper creative writing contest. I've written since I was very young, but never felt comfortable writing about my experience of disability directly. I'm proud to say that Pen to Paper changed that. I'm particularly grateful to Laura for her continued support of my work and for the invitation to share work with you tonight. I'm going to start by reading my 2014 Pen to Paper shortlisted piece, Disability. Disability. I endure the days when my hands comply with the paperwork. The gist of the deal is this. I shouldn't be able to do half the things I can. half the things that bring me the greatest joy in life, because I arrived 3 months ahead of schedule. Always an overachiever, over-eager. I had places to be before I could move. That's not to say it comes easily. At times I miss much of what this world has to offer, paying that much extra attention to the ground beneath my feet. I make up for this by making my mark. I write, sing, play, spread joy, seek it like treasure, long into the future. Thank you.
Yay! Thank you.
Inspired by my success with the 2014 Pen to Paper contest, that spurred me to self-publish my first poetry collection entitled Stones in the Road, in tribute to my best friend Chris, who I met on an online forum dedicated to the former Beatle George Harrison. She passed away in 2007, and I honoured her memory with a book of poems. This is the title piece, Stones in the Road. Stones in the Road. Our friendship was a dream abridged. When we talked into the night, you were my greatest joy, my dearest friend. You talked of the value of friends to help cope with the stones in the road. My problem wasn't the stones, but the fact that all roads must end. 7 years on from the end of your road, I remember you fondly still. I've taken up my pen against what took you. And that's all I can do. I'm no scientist, no doctor. I take comfort in the memories we made without knowing we were making them. From frozen desserts to parting words, I wouldn't change a moment, except to wish that you were still here to help me cope with the stones in the road. Thank you very much. This is another piece from Stones in the Road. One of the things that I learned about grief is that it's not linear in any way, shape, or form. So this is a piece called Small Circles. Small circles. Most of the time, I move forward, doggedly dragging the experience. I make progress to a point, and then I suddenly stop. I wonder whether healing is worth all this time. The loss has been with me for a long while now, and I either want to free myself from it or redefine my connection to her. I'm not sure which just yet. My rational mind says, turn your back, don't worry, walk on. It will fall away. That is hard to accept, because I want it to fall away, and I don't. I would gladly leave behind the detail if I could just have the memories I want, and remember what she was to me, which was more than the way she died. Then I stepped back from my thinking. I am where I began. The nature of grief is no more than small circles. Thank you. Yeah. My final piece tonight is more recent. It was published by the online poetry journal Mookie Chick in March this year. I wrote it in honor of my nephew, who's just about to turn 4. He was much younger when I wrote it. Driving lessons. I am a terrible driver, but my nephew doesn't know that. He hands me the controls to the toy car he got from Father Christmas. Not for the first time, there is no map, but the destination does not matter. The plastic car stays on the road for the most part, and I remember how it feels to play. He can't speak yet, but some things don't need words. The tiny car crashes into the table, and he helps me stay on course. Thank you very much.
Everyone, oh, it's unmute and clap. It's not. Yeah, I want to hear clapping. Yay!
That was great.
Thank
Thank
you.
you so much. It's so weird when you can't see the waving and the.
Her popping by to Lion and Pirate were pretty slim on account of the fact that she lives in Florida. So it would be quite a long road trip for a night. So, but she came and joined us, and we loved her work. And so we've invited her to be a featured speaker tonight. Can you please welcome Joanne Stato? Yay!
Good evening, everybody. It is such a pleasure and a privilege to be part of this open mic. I love you guys so much. It's a picnic for my mind just to hear the things you all say. I want to give a little nod to Amy Litzinger, because a couple open mics ago, or maybe it was the last one, I'm not sure, she read this amazing piece of writing, and it got right down into the dark side of, how a person really feels, without worrying about if it was too dark or too serious or too confrontative or whatever. And I was like, wow, to give permission like that in this open mic to cover topics that, are not necessarily the easiest to eyeball. So anyway, I decided I would present one of my songs that it's a little serious and I don't often perform it, but it's about a time when I visited a really good friend of mine in the psychiatric ward. It's called The Visiting Hour. When I finally reached you on the phone, when I finally found some time alone in the office where I wondered if and how and where and why, because the nurses weren't allowed to say that you were brought to them today, so I had to call the payphone where the patients all play ping pong. But eventually you said to me, as the clouds clear on your foggy sea, eventually you said, I just want this pain to end. I just want this pain to end. This pain, this pain, this pain to end. This pain. Still, I am here. I signed my name significant other, and though you'll only go to sleep as we sit in the day room, lean your head upon my shoulder. I won't leave until this is over. I will stay for the visiting hour. I looked up and saw you down the hall, wearing hospital pajamas, and no one calls you doctor here. These other patients are your peers. The punk in the bandana, the Hispanic man who falls asleep, this girl who's having so much fun. What are you doing here with them? All the privilege and distinction, or it must have been another line, counts for very little here on this side of Unit 21, and I can't get the attention of these frowning nurses at their station. There's no legal explanation for my presence in your life. Still, I am here. I signed my name and rang the buzzer where the column said relationship. I wrote significant other, and though you'll only go to sleep as we sit in the day room, lean your head upon my shoulder. I won't leave until this is over. I will stay for the visiting hour. No plastic bags, no chewing gum, no privacy, no guests in your room. And they took your belt away from you, and I'm not sure all you say is true. They say you're less disorganized, but I still see tears in your eyes. I felt this way the day I left my baby at the nursery school. But you're a man, and I'm your friend, and you look scared, and so am I. But underneath the chemicals, I feel your heart alive and well. Still, I am here. I signed my name and rang the buzzer where the column said relationship. I wrote significant other, and though you'll only go to sleep as we sit in the day room, lean your head upon my shoulder. I won't leave until this is over. I will stay for the visiting hour.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That was
Okay.
absolutely amazing. I had to say it. Sorry.
Thank you.
I'll let you finish.
Don't apologize. This second song is about a place where I was really, really happy. It's a song about Denver, Colorado, which is actually the place I met David Romero. Hello, David. Hello. Okay, Denver. Sorry. The year that you were born, I was 26. snow-capped mountains, peeking through the downtown office towers, where I earned a buck or two. Rent was cheap, food was free. I never had to use my key. The front door on Downing Street was always welcoming. Tall, skinny guys that I knew remind me now a lot of you. Their jeans were ripped, their boots were thick and held together with duct tape. We'd eat discussing politics while Gracie Slick would rant and rave. We all had full survival kits in case the revolution came. The year that you were born, I was living on a mountaintop, 20 miles from anything but trees. Working at a union job and sleeping in a tent, bathing in the creek, pine needles on the breeze. The only woman on my crew, I had a breathtaking view. The crude remarks I listened to earn $6 an hour. Rent was cheap, the woods were free. Flannel shirts and dungarees felt good to me. After all that thrift store office drag, and at the end of my work week, racing home to Downing Street, over the mountains, to be with my bicycle freaks. Whoa, who were boiling chains and vinegar in the spaghetti pot and racing around Cheeseman Park on their bicycles in the dark. That you see, I raised the bread to pay the rent, singing songs for secretaries, refugees from cubicles, eating ham on rye, and on the sidewalk, their oasis, I'd sing to the office towers. The Rockies hung there like a masterpiece, and I'd earn $20 an hour. Rent was cheap, I was free. I knew what I'd left home to see: friendship, love, and music, and a city in the clouds. It was more heaven than my years of school had ever yet allowed. It was family of a different kind, and when I find them on my mind, I look at you, serious, crazy, wild-haired, and 22, and I remember Denver. I remember Denver. I remember Denver in the 70s. Thank you.
Yay. I love your poetry. Thank you so much.
You are so welcome.
Well, I like your voice too. It's not just the poetry.
Oh
So
my
I didn't
God,
want
you're so good.
I like
I
the
did-
people swaying. I enjoy that very much.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Then you know somebody's listening, right?
Right.
It's so disconcerting.
Yay!
Oh, right, that's me. I'm sorry. Thank you very much. It is my honor and pleasure to be with the Lion and Pirate Open Mic tonight. For a moment, I thought about playing the piano behind me, but then as per the comments earlier, it sounds like I'm going to be playing accordion. And I hope that's okay with you.
All right, before I start, I wasn't sure what to do, so I think I'm just going to turn it to you. Give me a name.
Guinevere.
Guinevere. All right. How about a location? You might have to unmute for this. Oh yeah, wait. I'll give everyone a chance. You can unmute.
Glastonbury.
Say that again.
Glastonbury.
Glastonbury. So we got Gwen and Glastonbury. Wait, what was the name?
Guinevere.
Guinevere. Thank you, Gwendolyn. I'm not going off to a great start. Guinevere and
Glastonbury.
Glastonbury. Oh boy. Why did I ask a bunch of poets for this? Guinevere and Glastonbury. Okay, no problem. How about the first object that comes to mind?
A crystal.
This is going to be rough.
Crystal.
Try it again.
A crystal.
Crystal. All right. Guinevere, Glastonbury, crystal. How about something you just need to find?
Money. My glasses.
Ease.
Money. I got money first.
Cool.
Guinevere, Glastonbury, Glastonbury.
Yeah.
Glastonbury, crystal, money. The first thought that comes to mind.
Chaos.
What?
Chaos.
Chaos. Thank you very much, Tom. Chaos. Guinevere, Glastonbury, crystal, money, chaos, and a tragic turn of events.
Titanic.
What? Last week.
I'm going to go with Tom only because he said to me, I'm going to go with last week. All right. And style of music.
Jazz.
Jazz. Key.
Okay.
E.
What are you can't answer all of these.
I can't. Is there a rule?
No, there's not. In E it is. Major or minor?
Minor.
Minor. All right then. Guinevere, Glastonbury, the Guinevere, Glastonbury, crystal, money,
Chaos.
Chaos, last week, jazz in E minor. When Guinevere went outside, she went outside to war a ride. When she went looking round her hometown, there's nothing she found, no money on the ground. She was hungry and she only had a couple of rocks in her pockets, but she knew what to do. She took all those rockets in her pockets. She went to Glastonbury and pawned them off. When the people of Glastonbury saw her rocks, they knocked them off their socks, then chaos ensued. And when she tried to get all her rocks back, they didn't give them back, they were really rude. So she went around trying to pick them up in front of all the chaos that was going down in front of her, but she could see that hell in a handbasket had been achieved when she got to Glastonbury. Well, she thought of what could she do, but nothing came through, so she went back home. Feeling there sad and alone, she didn't even have the cash to get something to eat. And that's when the neighbors came down the street and said, we thought you lost your rocks, and then we thought, no, it was lost your marbles, but we thought it's still okay. We brought you some lasagna now, because you'll have a meal, might feel better that way. All right, I'm gonna make that
Chaos, chaos, wonderful chaos.
Wow.
chaos. 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 I suppose you're right. I could have put chaos in there. Oh, yeah. Oh man. Well, I'm at a loss. I'm not sure what to do for fine and respected poets. I'll give you a choice. I have a song in mind, or you can yell out a request.
C'est la vie.
C'est la vie. The only C'est la vie I know is oh gosh, there's a
Emerson,
pop
Lake
singer
and
back in
Palmer.
the 90s.
Emerson, Lake and Palmer did it as well.
You're not thinking of that one? C'est la vie, c'est la vie. That's right. That's right. That's the one that I remember.
How about Vienna by Billy Joel? Vienna Waits for You.
Right, of course. Yeah, well, the last time you came, you pushed all of the gondola trainers in the soup. And we were really unhappy that you were here, but still with time we can find our way to say, we're sorry that we told you that you can't come back, and that hotel has been repaired. Come back to Vienna. Billy Joel, come back to Vienna. We know that your anger has been tempered. And if you stay in our hotels and if you go to our restaurants, we're sure that you won't say, I ate the entire meal, but it was not okay. I want my money back, or I'm going to go back to this hotel room and tear it up once again. No, come back to Vienna. I'm sorry, I don't know that one. I apologize.
I want to hear your own inspiration right now. What is coming through you?
My own
You
inspiration?
can share.
Oh, man. All right. Oh, poets. Look at all those poets. They got the words that you've heard and you know that you don't even know it. Yeah, I thought I was a poet, but I just didn't realize that I would be facing a dozen of them, and I would have to surmise, what am I thinking? A real true poet would be able to extemporarily simply tell what they were thinking to everyone about them, and they'd have to be able to do it with ease. I hope I can tell you what I am thinking in a contemporary way that makes sense to everyone today, and yet seems somehow poignant and poetic. Otherwise, what's the point? I'm just yelling at you here. So I'll take all these chances, I'll take the romances, I'll try and put them into this song for you. As I sit here in front of the piano too, not knowing what to do, but still I'm here to say it to you. Here is your song for love. Here it comes once more for you. Here it comes, the Lion and Pirate open mic for you.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm kidding. I'm still here.
All right. We've got time for you to do one more.
Really? All right. Oh, when I was just a little girl, I asked my mother, what will I be? Will I be handsome? Will I be rich? Here's what she said to me. Que sera? sirrah. Whatever will be, will be. The future's not ours to see. Que sera, sera. Que sera, sera. The future's not, will be, will be. Now please do not bother me. Que sera, sera. Well, when I was a very older, much older boy, I asked my mother, what will I be? Will I be affluent? Will I be light? Here's what she said to me. Que sera, sera. Whatever will be, will be. The future's not ours to see. Que sera, sera. Que sera, sera. Whatever will be, will be. Now please do not bother me. Que sera, sera. Hoppa.
Yes, and that is the philosophy of Lion and Pyro open mic, regardless of the run.
Sponsored by ArtSpark Texas and the Coalition of Texans with Disabilities. For more content, feel free to look at one of our suggested videos below, or if you really love us, listen to our podcast, True Tales by Disability Advocates, which will be linked in the description. For more information, contact Boy at artsparktexas.org, artsparktx.org.